Okay, so keep in mind that the story I'm about to tell you is one of a younger me, and so I don't really have any memory of it whatsoever, and the only reason that I know about it at all is because someone told it to me in the first place, and now I'm telling it to you, so that means it might not be 100% accurate. So keeping that in mind, let's continue. I was an interesting child, I assume. I'd like to think that I'm interesting now, so logic would state that that didn't just happen. But as a child, I had that interestingness without any of the, smarts. And pure interestingness is it's dangerous. Here's what happened. My dad, he's a very interesting person and I'm quite fond of him. He used to fly aeroplanes. I would hear my mom and my dad talking about how he was flying and stuff. So my mother would ask if he was going to go flying that day. It sounds a little bit like my dad might have superpowers. I mean, it doesn't seem like that kind of thing would be out of the question. And so I made the assumption that superpowers were genetic. This is before I knew how to Google, so I couldn't, proof this information. But it turns out that not only aren't superpowers genetic, but also they don't even exist. So that was disappointing. But as a child, all I heard was my dad can fly and so should I. And at this time, we were living in a apartment, I think. I don't know. Like I said, this story was recounted to me. So really, you're getting the secondhand version of this, so a lot of the facts could have been jumbled up. So technically speaking, this may never have happened. But my parents are really not in the habit of lying, so let's make the assumption that it did happen and just continue on. And this series of apartments had a playground near it. And this playground is the one that I went to test to see if I really did have any superpowers like my dad. And so I guess what happened was I went there as a 3-year-old child or something around that age. I went to a higher part of the playground, probably very precipicey, and I climbed up and I jumped off. Very young child jumping off a playground. Willingly jumping off a playground. I was about to find out that this really wasn't going to work. The exact moment when I came to that conclusion was when my face rubbed against whatever was covering the ground. Needless to say, I didn't take off flying. In fact, the only flying that I did was towards the ground. I'm a mess because, face hitting ground and body, and it's not good. It's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Maybe I didn't hit my face. I don't know. Like I said, I'm making some of this up. Yeah, I was on the ground, maybe getting a little teary-eyed, and my mother comes up to me because she loves me. I don't know what she was doing as I jumped off. Maybe she saw and started running, but moms are often too late and sometimes only arrive in time to witness their children's failures. I don't know what she said. She was probably a little bit scared, thinking that maybe her child is insane. But I was doing some thinking of my own, problem solving, wondering why this didn't work. And I came to a very good conclusion. I found out a critical problem in my experiment, and so I told my mother my hypothesis, although I was too young to come up with such an amazing word, because I forgot my cape. Happy Tuesday, everybody.